Hi guys, welcome to Revolutionary Motion. I'm Clemens.
And I'm Kata. And today we're going to help you understand how you can find a good coach. First, you have to figure out your budget. Second, you have to understand if you can afford the coach that you're looking for. Third, you need to figure out if the coach has enough time for you.
So once you're done with all those three things, you have to make sure that you really know what kind of coach you're looking for, okay? So there are three different main types of coaches. Number one is the buddy type, okay? This kind of coach is just going to be a social partner. He's going to make you have fun in the lessons, but he's not going to really teach you too much, which is no problem if you're not looking for a high-performance coach, okay? Coach number two would be a coach that can teach you the fundamentals, but he's not really good to bring you up to a high level, so he can't really teach you too much, but for the start, it's really good. And then coach number three is a high-performance coach, okay? This kind of coach makes sure that he teaches you everything you need to know to become the best player possible.
All right, so if I'm looking for a buddy coach, what kind of questions should I ask him?
Well, I mean, that completely depends on you, right? So everybody has their own personality and everybody has a preference for the personality of the people around them. So if you want to find a buddy coach and you don't really care so much about the teaching and about the, the tennis aspect of the whole thing, and you just want to make it fun, look for someone whose personality matches up with you. So ask them a couple questions about things that you're interested in, see if they have similar interests, and just keep a conversation going and see where it leads.
All right, that sounds good. So what about if I want to learn the fundamentals?
Well, for the fundamentals, it's a little bit more complicated, okay? Because you can't ask too many questions because unfortunately a fundamentals coach will not know everything a high-performance coach knows. But there are a couple of things that you can do. You can, for example, ask them, have you ever brought a beginner level player up to a 4-5 level, okay? If they say yes, then it's a good sign, and if they can give you an example, even better, because that shows you that this coach has had experience teaching all the fundamentals needed going up to a pretty high level. Another question you can ask would be, how long has the coach been working as a coach? Have they had a lot of experience as a player? Have they ever reached college level or maybe just men's open level, which is also really high, and it's a good sign that they at least know the fundamentals.
You can ask your potential coach to explain you how to hit a forehand, for example. And if your coach does a good job and goes into details and not just shows you, but is able to explain it with words, that will tell you that the coach has an idea of what he or she is doing.
Exactly, and very important here is that you don't get this coach that just talks around it and doesn't really give you any ideas of what's going on and then just shows you how they hit a forehand, because that doesn't really teach you how to do anything. And there's a lot of coaches out there that do it like that and just show you this is how a forehand looks, this is what you have to do, but they don't really give you any idea about the mechanics.
Yes, and sometimes there's a lot of good players out there that cannot explain how to hit, but they for sure can show you how to do it.
Good point.
With a high performance coach, things are different. You have to make sure that this person has the knowledge of giving you what you're looking for to reach your goals.
Okay, so one of the questions you can ask them is, for example, if I'm a very weak person, am I still going to be able to hit a hard shot? And if a coach answers to you that you probably won't be able to unless you do some lifting and strength exercises, that's not a good sign. Because it doesn't matter how weak you are, if you use your body mechanics correctly and you make sure you use your body rotation correctly, anybody can hit a shot really hard. Maybe not as hard as a professional, but everybody can reach a very high level of play even without a huge amount of strength, okay? And that means that a coach that can explain that to you probably has a broader idea of how do you make a shot happen? How do you use your body correctly? How do you set up to your shot? And so on.
Don't get us wrong, strength is very important, but the right technique allows you to use your body at the full potential. And obviously, if you'll get stronger, you will be able to hit even harder.
One last thing, there are a couple of questions that you should never under any circumstances ask your coach just because they're very inappropriate. And I know that you guys probably don't think about it this way, and that's completely fine. But if you're aware of it, that really makes the life of a coach much easier. So one of the things would be, which I've come across a couple of times, some people ask me if it's okay to do the first lesson for free, just to see if they like it or not. And if they do, then they will pay, and if not, then we cancel it right there. So this is a question that no coach will like, for the simple reason that you're still using your time and offering a service. I understand that sometimes it's frustrating if you take a couple of practice lessons with different coaches and you just don't like any of them. But that's just the issue with choosing a new coach in the beginning. So one of the things you shouldn't say is don't ask for free lessons in the beginning simply because the coach does the work.
The second thing that we run across is the tennis balls. A coach usually has a basket and must have a basket. That's the coach's responsibility. But it is not the coach's responsibility to have new balls in the basket. So if your request is to have new balls in the basket, it's up to you to buy new balls and provide them for your own lessons.
Thank you for watching, guys. Hope this was helpful for all of you, and I hope you're going to find a good coach in the future. And please make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll keep the good videos coming.